Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself stuck in a bad mood? Stressed out, overwhelmed, or feeling completely unmotivated? Knowing you should be productive, focused, or energized. But no matter how hard you try, you just can't snap out of it. If you've felt that, you're not broken. You're not lazy. Your brain simply got stuck in a low-energy, reactive state. But the real problem is, most people never learn how to shift out of it on command. What if I told you there's a method backed by neuroscience, physiology, and peak performance psychology that allows you to change your mental state in less than 2 minutes, anytime, anywhere? This is not a theory. This is the exact protocol used by Navy SEALs before missions, Olympic athletes before gold medal performances, and top performers when the pressure is highest. This is about learning how to take control of the fastest system in your body, your nervous system. Because the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your state in any given moment. And today, you'll learn exactly how to master it. But before we dive in, do me a favor. If you're someone who's serious about mastering your mind, improving your focus, energy, and emotional resilience, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's go all in together. Alright, here's the truth that no one told you. Your mind doesn't control your state. Your body does. Your thoughts can influence your feelings, but your physiology is the fastest lever to change how you feel, how you think, and how you perform. When you're slouched, breathing shallow, staring at screens all day, you automatically trigger your nervous system into a state of low energy, stress, and anxiety, because your body is signaling danger to your brain. But when you stand tall, breathe deeply, expand your posture, and move with intensity, your nervous system instantly shifts, releasing neurotransmitters like dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, which change how you feel and think. This is called a state change. It's the fastest way to interrupt negative spirals, break procrastination, crush anxiety, and access clarity, focus, and energy on demand. So how do you do it? Step 1. Change your physiology. Immediately stand up, shoulders back, chest open, breathe deep through the nose, longer exhales, shake out the tension, move your body rapidly for 10 to 30 seconds. Jump, shadow box, do squats, push-ups, anything that gets your heart rate up. Immediately stand up, shoulders back, chest open, breathe deep through the nose, longer exhales, shake out the tension, move your body rapidly for 10 to 30 seconds. Jump, shadow box, do squats, push-ups, anything that gets your heart rate up. Why? Because movement signals safety to the nervous system. It flushes stress, hormones, releases endorphins, and primes your brain for focus and clarity. Step 2. Control your breath. Try this with me right now. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Do this 3 times. Science shows this instantly reduces cortisol, calms the amygdala, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing you back to a calm, focused state. Step 3. Shift your focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. Look up. Literally, tilt your chin up. Studies show that looking down is linked to depressive and anxious states, while looking up improves mood, motivation, and cognition instantly. Step 4. Use a verbal anchor. Say out loud, I am focused, I am powerful, I am in control. When you combine movement, breath, posture, and words, you activate multiple neural pathways that reinforce the new state. This is not motivation. This is neurophysiology. You're literally hacking your nervous system, using the fastest pathways that evolution designed for survival. But now you're using them for performance, clarity, focus, and well-being. Think about this. When animals are stressed in the wild, what do? They shake, breathe deeply, move, and reset. Your body is designed to do the same. But modern life traps us in stillness, shallow breathing, and screen addiction, locking us in stress loops. Right now, I want you to pause and ask yourself, how often are you intentionally shifting your state throughout the day? Because the truth is, You can't think your way out of a bad state. You have to move your way out of it. And the fastest way to change your life is to change your state consistently, on command. If this is making sense, if you're getting value, drop a comment that says "state" right now, because we're about to go even deeper. Now that you know the how, let's talk about the why. Understanding what's happening inside your brain and nervous system will give you power, because when you understand the science, you stop thinking this is motivation or hype and start realizing this is biology. Here's the truth. Your nervous system runs on two primary modes. The sympathetic nervous system, which is fight, flight, freeze, stress, survival, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest, recover, focus, and flow. Most people are stuck in sympathetic overdrive, meaning their brain is constantly flooded with cortisol, adrenaline, and stress hormones, keeping them reactive, unfocused, anxious, and fatigued. When you stay stuck in this state too long, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, focus, logic, and emotional regulation, shuts down. This is why, when you're stressed, you make poor decisions, procrastinate, forget things, get irritable, and feel exhausted, even if you didn't do anything physically demanding. But when you activate the parasympathetic system, your body releases chemicals like dopamine, calm, creativity, memory, and energy. The fastest way to do that is not through thinking, but through breath, posture, movement, and focus. Here's a fascinating study. Researchers at Stanford found that 2 minutes of power posture increased testosterone by 20% and decreased cortisol by 25%, while also increasing risk tolerance and confidence. Another study from Harvard showed that rhythmic breathing patterns like 4-7-8 significantly reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, and enhance cognitive function in less than 5 minutes. Even more impressive, UCLA neuroscientists discovered that using verbal anchors, like mantras or identity statements, physically reduces amygdala activation, which means less fear, less stress, and more control over your emotions. This isn't self-help theory. This is measurable, replicable science. And here's something wild. Military studies show that Navy SEALs use box breathing to regulate their nervous system before combat because it keeps them calm, clear, and focused under extreme stress. If it works in life or death situations, imagine what it can do for your day-to-day stress, meetings, deadlines, or focus challenges. Let me give you a real-world example. Sarah, a busy mom and entrepreneur, felt overwhelmed constantly. She tried meditation, apps, supplements, but nothing stuck. Once she learned the state change protocol, she started doing a 60-second reset before a client call, before handling her kids, before writing emails, and she reported a 50% reduction in stress and 2x increase in focus in 1 week. Think about that. If something that simple can produce that level of change in a chaotic life, what's possible for you? And the best part, the more you do this, the faster it works. Because your nervous system learns, your brain rewires, your baseline shifts. Right now, take a breath, sit up straight, roll your shoulders back, breathe in for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Then say out loud, I am focused, I am clear, I am in control. Feel the shift. That's not placebo. That's biology. And this, my friend, is the foundation for mastering your mind. But we're not done. Not even close. Because next, we're going to talk about how to sustain this state all day long. How to stop falling back into chaos, overwhelm, and distraction, no matter what's happening around you. So if you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep going. You've now got the tools to shift your mental state instantly. But the next level, the real mastery, is knowing how to sustain that shift. How to maintain mental clarity, focus, and energy throughout your entire day, no matter what chaos shows up around you. And trust me, life will throw chaos your way. Here's where most people go wrong. They use these techniques once, maybe twice, feel better for an hour. But then, by midday, they crash. Stress creeps back in, Focus dissolves, motivation fades, and they think, maybe this doesn't work for me. But that's not true. The problem isn't the technique, it's the lack of consistency. So now, we level up. Let me introduce you to technique number 5. Preload rituals. This is your secret weapon to starting the day in control. Instead of letting the day control you, imagine this. You wake up. Instead of grabbing your phone and doom scrolling for 30 minutes, you stand tall, feet grounded, chest open, shoulders back. You take a 4, 7, 8 breath. Slow inhale, hold, slow exhale. Then you close your eyes, visualize yourself crushing the day, nailing your goals, moving through challenges with calm confidence. You snap your fingers, locking that image in. Then you say out loud, I am someone who is focused, powerful, and unstoppable today. This isn't woo-woo. This isn't some fake affirmation game. This is neuropriming. Why does this work? Because when you start your day by consciously activating your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus, emotional regulation, you override the stress circuits before they even have a chance to fire. You're not reacting to the day, you're programming it. Here's a real story. Jason, a college student, was drowning in overwhelm. Classes, deadlines, constant notifications. His brain was scattered from the moment he opened his eyes. The game changer. He implemented this 1-minute morning ritual. Before every study session, every class, every assignment. The result? His focus doubled. His memory retention skyrocketed. And for the first time, he felt in control of his mind instead of at the mercy of it. Pause for a second. Think about this. When was the last time you actually programmed your mental state before the day started? Now, let's stack another layer. Technique 6, micro-recovery breaks. Here's the truth. Your brain isn't designed to focus for hours on end. Cognitive science shows that your peak focus runs in cycles of about 60 to 90 minutes. After that, your performance drops. Stress chemicals build up, focus tanks, mistakes increase. But here's the solution. Every 60 to 90 minutes, you pause, you stop what you're doing, you stand up, breathe deeply, stretch, snap your fingers, move your body for 30 seconds, reset your nervous system. This isn't optional, it's a performance strategy. Why does this work? When you pause, even for just a minute, you allow your brain's neurotransmitters to replenish. Your cortisol levels drop, your working memory resets, your decision-making power restores, and your emotional regulation strength. Let me give you an example. Beth, an entrepreneur, juggling back-to-back meetings and endless tasks, felt drained by 3 p.m. every single day. She started implementing micro-recovery breaks, 1-minute resets between every task. The result, her energy remained stable all day. Her decision fatigue disappeared, and instead of crawling to the finish line, she ended the day strong, focused, and actually happy. Think about this. What if your exhaustion isn't because you're broken, but because no one taught you how to cycle between output and recovery? Most people grind until they crash. High performers reset, then rise. Right now. Commit to this. Say it out loud. I will honor the rhythm of my brain, because that simple decision could be the key to unlocking your next level of productivity, creativity, and mental freedom. Most this is landing with you. If a light bulb just went off, hit that subscribe button right now, because we are about to enter the final, most important piece of this transformation. All right, we've covered how to shift your state, how to reset your nervous system, how to regain clarity, focus, and energy instantly, and how to sustain that throughout your day. But here's the truth, most people completely miss. If you don't anchor this into your identity, it won't stick. Temporary change is easy. Lasting transformation, that's a different game. So here it is, the final technique, the most powerful of all, identity anchoring. I want you to say this to yourself out loud. I am someone who can shift, refocus, and rise. Anytime I choose. You don't say it once, you say it every morning. Every time you reset, every time you breathe deep, Every time you snap your fingers, you remind your nervous system of who you are becoming. Why does this work? Because identity is the deepest driver of human behavior. Neuroscience shows that when your brain accepts a new identity, it starts filtering reality through that lens. It automates your habits. It predicts your behavior, and it self-reinforces every time you act in alignment with that identity. Here's the truth. Willpower fades, motivation comes and goes, but identity that. Let me give you one last story. Tara was completely burned out, physically drained, mentally shattered, emotionally numb. Nothing was working. She tried habits, apps, productivity hacks, but none of it stuck until she made a decision. She stood in front of a mirror every morning and declared, "I am the resilient one." She combined it with her morning ritual, her micro breaks, her visualization snaps, her movement resets. Day by day, her nervous system rewired, her energy rose, her clarity returned, her joy came back, and today she lives with more focus, more purpose, more peace than she ever imagined possible. So, pause for a second. Seriously, take a breath. Ask yourself right now, who do you want to become? What identity are you choosing? Starting today, here's my challenge for you. And I don't mean this as a gimmick. I mean this as a literal transformation protocol. The 7-day state shift challenge. Here's how it works. Morning, run your 60-second preload ritual. Breath, posture, visualization, snap, identity statement. Throughout the day, micro-recovery breaks every 60 to 90 minutes. Reset your nervous system. Stand tall. Look in the mirror. Repeat your identity statement. Anchor it. Cement it. Do this for 7 days straight and watch what happens. You'll realize you're calmer, clearer, sharper, more confident, more focused, more in control than you've ever been. This isn't hype. This is your biology, your neuroplasticity, your nervous system reprogrammed. And if you're ready, if you're truly ready to take this seriously, comment the word "state" down below, because I want to see exactly who's stepping up to do this. Now imagine this. 1 week from now, looking back, realizing you shifted your mind, your mood, your entire life, and it started right here, right now. If this resonated with you, if you felt that shift, then hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who's ready to master their mind. Because here, we're not just learning personal development, we're practicing transformation together, one state at a time.